This is Granada. The news from around the region now. A controversial report into the killing of an Asian schoolboy in a Manchester playground will be made public tomorrow, 3 years after the boy's murder. The independent report claims anti-racist teaching contributed to the death of 13-year-old Ahmed Ullah, but tonight one of the authors of the document is claiming that many schools still haven't learned any lessons from what happened at Burnage High.
Ahmed Ullah was killed by a white boy at Burnage High School in 1986. An inquiry team headed by Ian MacDonald, an expert on race relations, was set up to investigate the incident. The result was this report. It was commissioned by Manchester Education Authority, who have refused to publish it. Tomorrow, however, it will be made public by its authors, who say the problems at Burnage High School have been ironed out.
The management team that we criticised have gone. They've got a first-class new head teacher in place, and some of the very excellent staff that we referred to in our report, particularly senior people in the junior school, many of them are still there.
But are you anxious that other schools perhaps haven't learnt from those mistakes?
Well, I think that that's probably true, and I think that our report has lessons for schools throughout Great Britain, not just in Manchester.
The murder of a 58-year-old unemployed man in Accrington is baffling detectives. Brian Booth was found dead in an empty flat under renovation on the Cedar Grove estate yesterday. He was partially clothed and had been brutally beaten about the head. But so far the search for his killer has drawn a blank. Jackie Rand reports.
Mr. Booth's badly beaten body was discovered by a council caretaker. It's thought he may have been lying there for up to 5 days. The single man lived alone and had been visiting relatives when he was attacked. Detective Superintendent Sandy Robson, who's leading the hunt, described the killing as a brutal attack on an inoffensive loner. But so far no motive for the killing has emerged.
He was a quite respectable gentleman, and I can see no reason at all why he should have been attacked in the nature he has been.
Detectives investigating what's thought to be a vicious attack in Tilsley near Wigan are appealing to the victim to come forward. A search of farmland on Mossley Common was mounted after the blood-stained clothing of a woman was found, but police are still trying to trace the woman, who they fear may be too frightened to come forward. Meanwhile, a blue Vauxhall Astra, thought to have been used by the woman's attackers, has been found in Little Hulton. It had been stolen from Wigan Pier. 26 people have been charged with breaching the peace after an anti-abortion demonstration at a Liverpool nursing home. It happened at the Merseyside nursing home in Parkfield Road, which is run by the British Pregnancy Advisory Service. The protesters, who included 4 priests, blocked the entrance and tried to stop patients going in. The court case against them was adjourned until next month. Sport now, and St Helens have been fined £10,000 by the Rugby League for calling off their game against Bradford Northern last Friday. They postponed the match because 22 players were unavailable, but the league say the club should have made more effort to fulfil the fixture. And finally, the weather. Mostly dry tonight, temperatures 2 centigrade, 36 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow will remain dry in most areas, with some sunny intervals. Maximum temperature 7 centigrade or 45 Fahrenheit. And that's all for now, but we'll be back with more news from around the region at 5 to 10 tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.